From District 75, the Honorable Susan Huguenot, escorted by Assemblymember Fletcher. Since 2003, the Honorable Huguenot has served as a presiding judge of San Diego County's Juvenile Court. She is a tireless advocate for California's foster children and recently led San Diego's delegation to a historic summit to reform the juvenile dependency court system and improve outcomes for foster children.
Hi, I'm Assemblyman Nathan Fletcher. We're here with the 2009 75th Assembly District Woman of the Year, Judge Susan Huguenot, who's the presiding judge for the Juvenile Court for San Diego County. Judge, we want to welcome you to Sacramento and thank you. So tell us a little bit about your job, about what you do day in and day out for the kids of San Diego.
Well, I've been presiding judge for about 5.5 years, and before that I spent 7 years hearing child abuse cases every day. And we have all the challenges that people have who are raising children, only on a larger scale. We have about 6,500 children in foster care in San Diego, and we deal with their safety, their medical and emotional needs, their education, all the same things that parents deal with. And we try to get normalcy into their lives so that they can be as competitive and happy as the kids that we raise in our own homes.
Sure. It has to be a difficult job on a daily basis to kind of see the challenges that kids face and the challenges of a system in California.
It's difficult because there's a contrast between what I can do for the children I raise in my house and what I'm able to do for the children that the county's raising. And that is frustrating sometimes because of the resource issues. But the children are great, they're resilient, they have all the same hopes and dreams of any other child, and they seem to be entitled to as equal a future.
Now you've had a unique background, all related to kids. You were an elementary school teacher, you clearly went into the legal profession. At what point in your career did you say juvenile issues, youth issues, foster care issues in particular on the legal side were where you wanted to focus? And what was the kind of the trigger, the thing that made you go that way?
I actually met a foster child when I was teaching school. I had never met a foster child before. And then when I've been with the court almost 24 years, and I thought if I started with people when they were younger, maybe we could make a difference, because you could send people to prison and do the next generation. But this is a chance to take kids who've done nothing wrong and try to make their lives better. And that's the challenge.
Now you were on what I call the Blue Ribbon Commission. They took a look at the entire foster care system. It came out with a preliminary review. You heard testimony, you had hearings, and came out with your final. Share with us what that experience was like.
That was amazing. It was really worth doing, to really look at foster care, to talk to parents, to talk to kids who were raised by the system, to see what they thought made them effectively happy and what were the challenges. And the challenges when you're dealing with such volume, education is a challenge. We sometimes move kids and we impact their education negatively. We try not to do that. We looked at many things, and I had already studied what we do in San Diego and how we do it. So now the issue is to move forward with what we know as best practices.
Okay, all right.
Because no one enters foster care or leaves foster care without a court order.
Right, so it all ends up coming through the court system.
It does.
In 3 years.
And the court is in the role of the parent, and we need to be responsible for that.
Now, as presiding judge, you have the ability to assign cases to your team of judges, but yet you choose to take some of the hardest cases. Why?
I think it's important to see where the gaps are and to see where we're not doing as good a job as we can. So I do the competency calendar of kids who are in the delinquency system. I also do what we call the dual calendar, and it's kids who have been in foster care who've been charged with an offense. And I look at our resources and the challenges there for housing the mentally ill child, for dealing with their issues, for kids who have engaged in prostitution or have substance abuse problems, sometimes like their parents. And we look at resources and placements and those kinds of things.
What are the, I know I'm a co-author of Assembly Bill 12 with the Speaker and Assemblyman Jim Bell, which helps extend the age from 18 to 21 and provide some needed things. What are some of the other big recommendations out of the Blue Ribbon Commission that the legislature now could implement that would help make your job easier?
Well, parent search is a big issue because many of these children are completely isolated. They don't have any relatives, they don't have any families. And it's very hard when no one's connected to you. You didn't get to go home and no one's adopted you, and you are completely on your own. And most of us can't get our own children independent by the age of 18. So there are plenty of things we can do. Resources is a big issue for how are we going to educate children, how are we going to get them into college and get them prepared for college. We have a lot of kids who have the need for remedial education because of a lack of attendance or homework or parenting, or it's hard to do your homework when you're living in a storage locker or a car. So we have a lot of challenges, and we will move forward with the recommendations.
Perfect. Was our Woman of the Year. Anything else you'd like to add, or anyone you want to say hi to in the video?
I want to thank you for it's a nice day for me.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Well, this is Presiding Judge Susan Huguenor. She's our 2009 75th Assembly District Woman of the Year, and we're honored she would come join us. And we just hope it's an opportunity to pay testament to the hard work that Judge Huguenor and others like her do day in and day out. And what is a very, very difficult job. So we're appreciative of them and everything they do, and honored to have us here. So Judge, thank you very much. Looking forward to a good day.